Why, hello there, guys, and welcome back to not only surviving but thriving, living in Thailand with me, your crazy kooky host. Yes, it is Thailand's happiest hobo, coming at you live today from positively perfect Phuket, Thailand. I have to admit, I am really bummed out about this whole 60-day visa on arrival being cut back to 30 days again. So much so that I'm actually finally doing a retirement visa video. I've never wanted to do one because, to be honest with you, I don't have one, as everybody is well aware that's watched the channel, and I'm not a visa expert. So I've been really reluctant to talk about visas because they are one of those things that are obviously incredibly important, and I don't want to give people the wrong information and cause them any headaches, anything like that. However, I have done some extensive research on the basic retirement visa. So guys, this is the one, if you're 50 years old, you can qualify for. If you're a younger guy than that, or if you're a younger girl and you want to come here, you know, there is the DTV, the destination visa. It's a fantastic option if you're a nomad. I will say this much, there's a bunch of hoops that you have to jump through to prove everything for that visa. I don't know anything about it beyond that, so I'm not going to discuss it in this video or possibly any video coming up because it's been 4 years and I have not touched the visa subject at all in any video. However, this one, again, if you're over 50, you're ready to retire here, and you want the simplest, easiest, cheapest way to retire here in Thailand, the simple retirement visa is the way to go, guys. The qualifications are a joke. They are absolutely a joke. You have to be 50 years old. You need to have at least 800,000 Thai baht in your bank account, and you can prove that 2 months prior to you applying for your visa. Or you have to prove that you have 65,000 Thai baht coming in every single month into a bank account, okay? That can be from anything, a business, retirement income, pensions, etc., or a combination of the two, okay? Those are the requirements. Quite honestly, that is it. It is so simple, it's crazy. Now, when you originally apply for your visa, guys, you do have to do an application form, obviously. And then you also have to do a medical certificate, just, you know, goes over your health conditions, blah, 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 blah. They don't want anyone coming here who's essentially gonna die in the first month. Go figure. You also then have to do a police clearance check, okay? So you just go down to your local police station, they'll run your name. Obviously, if you're a felon, you're not getting in. It's just the way it is. And when you're doing your original application, guys, for the very first time, when you're outside of Thailand, you have to prove that you have medical insurance. Now, I'm going to get to those 3 qualifications in a few minutes, but it's all pretty simple. It's all pretty easy. You also have to show that you have a 6-month lease on a property, okay? That can be a hotel or a condo, it doesn't matter, but you have to prove that you have a lease on it. So whoever you're renting from is going to need to give you some documentation. So that does bring up one thing that I want to touch on really, really quick. When I'm doing my property videos and guys are going on about, oh, you have to sign a lease. Well, if you're getting a retirement visa, guys, you have to sign a lease because you need one. Once you get here, negotiate it out, break the lease if you want to. I don't care what you do, but all of these people bitching and complaining about, oh, you got to sign a lease. It's just the way it works. Not only that, quick pro tip, guys, if you're looking to save money, sign the damn lease. It's going to save you a whole bunch of money. You're going to get the place much cheaper. But this video is not about that. This video is about the retirement visa. So that's it, guys. It is so simple, so basic, so easy to qualify. Again, 800,000 baht in the bank. You have to prove that 2 months previous to applying, or have an income of any type, 65,000 baht a month coming into your bank account. You also obviously have to be over 50 years old. You can't be a criminal. You have to be not essentially dead, and you have to have health insurance. Guys, that is it. It's so simple, it's so basic, and I'm going to tell you something. I know all kinds of guys who have applied for this visa completely, totally by themselves. Now, I fully understand that there's a bunch of local visa agents that watch me, Sarlina especially, dear, that I'm not including you in this, my dear, not at all. However, I'm going to say this much. There are tons of companies here that will help you apply for this visa, and a lot of them are quite expensive, guys. You're talking about 25,000 baht to do it, whereas if you do it yourself, if you go on to the website, and I'm going to put a link in the description below to the Thai embassy. Now, every country has a different one, so it's just go online, guys. It's so simple, it's so easy. It's 1,900 baht. Now, I did read something today that said it was 2,000, but every single person I've talked to says it's 1,900. I even talked to them at immigration, and they told me it is 1,900. Now, that allows you 1 year uninterrupted in Thailand, okay? Which means you can come and you can live here for an entire year. You don't have to jump out of the country. You don't have to do anything like that. You do have to do your 90-day check-ins, which, according to a lot of people, they're a hassle. I don't understand why that's a hassle, to be honest with you. Look, it is what it is. It's the cost of doing business. Now, you can apply for a multiple entry one, and that, I believe, according to immigration and everything that I've learned online, is 4,900 baht. That's probably the one that I would go with. And you also get to renew this every single year, okay? You do have to prove everything over again financially. You have to prove that you have the 800,000 in the bank, or you have 65,000 baht coming in every month, or a combination of the two. However, if you're living here in Thailand, you don't have to do the police check again. You don't have to do the health check again. And here's the crazy one. You don't have to do the health insurance, which I'm going to get to in a few minutes. Okay, guys? So please understand, it is so simple and so easy to qualify for the retirement visa. It's a joke. You don't have to hire a company to do it. If you need some help, perhaps go online, do a little bit of research, contact a local lawyer. But for the most part, guys, I'm telling you right now, if you got to the point that you're 50 years old and you've made enough money that you're thinking about retiring, you're probably intelligent enough to go through the whole process by yourself without needing someone to do it. If you're lazy, I don't know what to tell you. Spend the 25,000 baht. But for me, I'd rather spend 1,900 and know how to do it so that next year I can completely do it by myself. So if it is that easy and it is that convenient, why don't I have a retirement visa? You're wondering, am I that cheap or am I broke? No, guys, it's actually not that at all. Please understand that when I first came to Thailand, I couldn't qualify for the retirement visa because I wasn't 50 years old. I retired at 49. I also came here on what was called the STV, which was the special tourist visa. And they were giving these out to people who were willing to come to Thailand during COVID, but you had to commit to staying for a minimum of 90 days. My STV was good for 270 days. And then we went into the lockdowns and I was just granted COVID extension after COVID extension. So quite honestly, guys, I never needed a retirement visa. And when the COVID extensions ran out, I would jump out of the country, come back in because I love to travel. And for me, it's never been a problem. Now, I fully understand why Thailand is pushing people to get long-term visas, education visas, retirement visas, digital nomad visas. It's all about the tax base, guys. They want to get as much tax money coming into the country as they possibly can. Look, I myself personally have never had a problem with immigration when I'm coming through. However, I never fly into Phuket. I always fly into Bangkok because I know a couple of different close friends of mine who have had nightmares at immigration here on Phuket because of the fact that they've got some tourist stamps in their passport. And again, they want you to be on a long-term visa. One of my friends, she actually wound up having to buy a $2,800 non-refundable return ticket to Canada. They wouldn't let her get a ticket back to the country where she actually just came from. She had to buy one to Canada. They did allow her to come in for 30 days, but while she was here, she was able to qualify for the education visa, and she's living here full time now. But what a nightmare. I know lots of people who are having problems with this, guys. I myself personally have never had a problem, but that has a lot to do with the way that I travel. I'm out of the country for at least a week, 2 weeks before I come back. So I'm not doing border runs or anything like that. Now, can you stay here long term without having a retirement visa or a long-term visa? Yes, you can. Listen, I know people that have been here for years. I know one guy that has done 7 consecutive border runs. So all of these people in the comment section, they're going to say, "Oh, you can only do two a year." Completely not true. I know a guy that has done 7 consecutive ones. Okay, I know guys that have done 3, 4, 5. It's insane. So please don't believe the hype, guys. Trust me when I tell you, there's ways that you can stay here in Thailand pretty damn easy without having a long-term visa, okay? Now, that brings me to today. I am obviously 50 years old, and can I qualify for one today? Yes, I can. However, I still can't get a retirement visa. Yes, believe it or not, guys, I can't get a retirement visa. Now, it's not because I'm broke. It's not because, I'm a criminal or anything like that. No, it's because I have permanent residency in another country. As a Canadian passport holder, I actually hold permanent residency in another country. And I have been told point blank by the immigration officers as well as the local authorities in that other country that if I get a retirement visa for Thailand, they will rescind my permanent residency and I will have to go and get different types of visas to enter into that country. And that is going to be an absolute nightmare for me because my permanent residency visa allows me to come and go as much as I want to, whereas the other way I would have to get entry visas, and that is just a nightmare. And I'm not going to change that part of my life just to satisfy some online trolls who like to tear me apart and go on about I'm a loser and all of this stuff because I can't qualify for the retirement visa, when actually, guys, that's not it at all. I could get a retirement visa, no trouble. I can't get one because of the trouble that it will cause me in other areas of my life. Not only that, guys, I'm going to tell you point blank, I do not want to become a tax resident of Thailand. That's why I'm not spending more than 180 days here out of the year. I simply don't want to do it. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people in the comment section that are going to talk about how, oh, well, you don't know what they're going to do with the taxes. I'm going to tell you this much. They'd make an example out of me. That's my luck, guys. So I do not want to become a tax resident of Thailand. I have spent so much of my life trying to minimize my tax burden back at home that my life is fantastic. And again, I'm not going to jeopardize my money, my life, just to satisfy some online trolls, or I'm not going to do it, guys. Okay, so please understand that I do not want to become a tax resident of Thailand because I don't know how much they're going to tax me. And I spend enough money here. I spend a fair amount of money, and I also bring in money through my videos and my support of local businesses and stuff. Prime example, tomorrow night, we're going to have a meet and greet at the Pitbull Cafe where a bunch of my subscribers are going to come. We're going to spend money. They're going to donate dog food to the Pitbull Cafe. I do this a lot for local businesses, and I don't want to end up paying crazy amounts in income tax here for absolutely zero benefit. Okay, so those are the reasons right there, guys, why I don't have the retirement visa. Now, I do want to talk about this aspect of the retirement visa, guys, okay? Because you would not believe how many people are actually here that are on the retirement visa that honestly don't qualify for it. And if anything happens to them financially, they are absolutely, okay? Here in Thailand, if you have some money, I'm not going to say enough money or a lot of money, just some money, you can pretty much do anything you want to. And this retirement visa is one of those things where there's all kinds of visa companies. And again, I've got some fantastic people who watch me that have visa companies. I'm not painting everyone with the same brush here, guys. So, Sarlena, please don't attack me in the comment section, dear. But it's really expensive to get them to do the work for you. And I'm going to tell you something. If you don't have the 800,000 baht, they will put the 800,000 baht into a bank account for you. However, they're going to charge you almost 20,000 baht to do that. It's insane. You guys cannot believe how many men I know that are here on their retirement visa that don't have the funding available to qualify for it. If anything happens to them financially, they are beyond belief. And remember how I talked earlier about how when you're applying for the visa, you have to get a medical check, you have to get a police check, and you have to have health insurance? Once you're living here, you can apply, you can like reapply every year for your retirement visa. You don't have to do those anymore because you're already here. So the police check doesn't matter, the health check doesn't matter, and you don't have to have health insurance. So a lot of these agents are giving people fraudulent health insurance documentation showing that they have health insurance when they don't. So please understand this, guys, okay? There's so many people living here that do not qualify for the basic requirements of the retirement visa. It's insane. I know guys all the time that they're living right on the edge, and it's like, man, oh man, again, if something happens where maybe they have to fly home for this, or there's some type of emergency, they're going to be, that's a reality of living here in Thailand. And it's because of life, guys. A lot of men and ladies, I apologize, but I can only talk about us guys. A lot of men that end up here are guys that have been divorced, guys who have, lost half of what they had back at home. They've lost half their pension. They've lost half. They just don't have the money anymore. That's why a lot of guys come here, because you can live an incredible life here on a very limited budget. However, that makes you susceptible to people who are just going to take advantage of you, such as a lot of these visa companies. And again, Sarlene, I'm not talking about you, dear, but a lot of them, they take advantage of people. I mean, 20,000 baht to put money in your bank account for a couple of days, that is scandalous. But it is what it is. It's one of the ways that people get to come here on the retirement visa. So hopefully, guys, this tells you exactly what you needed or what you need to know about getting the retirement visa. Again, if you're 50 years old, you have 800,000 baht in the bank or 65,000 baht a month coming in. You're, again, healthy enough that you can get over here and not die on the plane. You're not a convicted felon. You have health insurance. You can get your retirement visa pretty easy. 1,900 baht for coming over. If you want the multiple entry one, it's 4,900 baht, guys. It's a steal. It's a joke. It's so easy to qualify. That's it for me, guys. Hopefully now when I do videos and I'm talking about cost of living, the people who watch me on a regular basis will stop making those kooky, crazy comments about how I'm some broke ass loser that can't afford or can't qualify for it. Guys, I can't have one right now. Hopefully that'll change down the road, but for right now, I'm just going to have to live the life of Thailand's happiest hobo and keep traveling all around and enjoying my life and jumping out of the country every 60 or 90 days. For me, I love it. I love traveling, so it's ideal. Them changing the visa on arrival to only 30 days, not so much. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. I hope you're living your best life. And if living your best life means coming to Thailand on the retirement visa, guys, if you're 50 years old, got 800 grand or 65,000 baht a month, just do it. Unless you're in jail, then you really can't. Till next time, guys, that's it. That was Today in Thailand. Till next time, cheers.